Hello. So join me as we call these first world problems here in the United States of America. My name's Karen. I'm from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real-Time Animal Rescue. And I just thought I'd jump on real quick. I was kind of just laughing this morning. The other day, okay, so I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start with I'm having a little hose trouble this morning, water, like the water hose to fill the buckets and everything. So I'm going to flip the camera around so I can kind of explain to you guys what's going on here. It's just, I've been kind of giggling all morning about this. I get aggravated easily. So if you get aggravated easily, then you understand me. So anyway, okay, there we go. So this morning I arrive, we have a hose. So this is, okay, so we call this like this whole area here, the pasture, right? So we've got a big field. You know, this is the stall area. Everybody's separated in their little places. Everybody's having breakfast. You know, everybody kind of gets separated to a degree during feeding time. And the other morning, normally here, we have this awesome hose. It's like an expandable hose. When it's not on, it takes up like no space. And when you turn it on, it expands and it gets huge. And it's just, I don't know what the material is that it's made out of. Oh, here, let's take a little Mark's out there talking with Zeus. It's called, yeah, so it's called an expandable hose, and it's amazing. Like it's super lightweight. It's really easy to wrap up at the end of the day. It stretches super, super far. So we can go all the way down there to Norma's, all the way over here through all these stalls. And like I said, when you turn it off, it contracts and it takes up like no space. We just wrap it up real quick. And especially in the summertime, it's nice to have, you know, one chore that's easy. So the other morning we come out and the hose is broken. And this was the second hose. So like the first hose, I think was like 50 foot long or whatever. And it just didn't quite stretch all the way down that area where Norma Jean is. And we used to kind of have to stretch it, and it eventually broke. And Katie, the volunteer that purchased the hose in the first place, you know, was under warranty. So they replaced it actually with a longer hose. So when we got that in, I was like, oh my God, I love this hose. Like, cause this thing, it kinks and it's like heavy, and, you know, it's just a pain in the butt to wrap up at the end of the day. Like I said, you know, we call those first world problems. But when it's, you know, 117 degrees out or whatever, like 29 degrees outside, like you just want to make some chores as quick as possible. So anyway, come the other day, and the hose that I was talking about busted, not this hose. If you're just tuning in, I'm Karen from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real-Time Animal Rescue, and I'm just describing how our normal hose that's out here is not this one. It's this really awesome expandable hose. Well, it broke. The second hose broke. So it is under warranty. We'll get it replaced. No big deal. We said, okay, we'll just hook up the old hose. So I come out here this morning and I turn on the old hose. Okay, you guys. Yeah, Albert, right behind me. And I turn on the old hose. Now, mind you, we're in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's like 39 degrees outside. So for us, that's very, very, very cold. So this is the situation with our standby hose. So I said, oh, I'm not doing that. So I turned it off. I was like, no big deal. Not going to deal with this morning. We have this other super long hose. So I'll take you guys out. It's like I said, if you're just tuning in, I'm just complaining about what we call first world problems. I'm just irritated with our hose situation this morning. So if you come out here, this is what we call our chicken yard. And we've got a hose right here that is quite long. So this hose actually stretches all the way down the end. So I said, well, I'm going to just use the chicken hose, the chicken yard hose. I'm not dealing with that nonsense of that hose, that water spraying everywhere when it's like 39 degrees outside. And I feel like I have frostbite on my fingers already. Hey, Frankie. So yeah, so I dragged this chicken water hose out. And now if you guys are, you know, sanctuaries or rescues or whatever, and you can find one of these expandable hoses I'm talking about, I'm telling you, they're awesome. Just get the extended warranty, because then it will be replaced. So I come out here this morning and I said, oh, okay, I'm not going to deal with that spraying water everywhere. I'm going to just use the chicken water hose. Well, the joke's on me because this switch doesn't work. So I can't turn the water off. So I'm trying my best not to soak the whole area. I've been trying to like fiddle around with, oh, which bucket am I going to go fill up next, and kind of stick the hose in another bucket while it fills, while I'm rinsing, not rinsing, but like emptying one bucket. So I kind of made a mess back here in Norma's stall, but she's not going to be back here like all day or anything. So anyway, if you're just tuning in, I'm Karen from from Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real Time Animal Rescue. And our wonderful, amazing, expandable hose that works like a charm is busted. And our replacement hose, we're out here in the pasture area. The nozzle is spraying water everywhere, and I quite frankly don't want to get my hands all wet when it's 39 degrees outside. So I drag our chicken yard hose out, and the switch doesn't turn on or off. So I'm just stuck with this hose running. At least this one's not dripping all over my hands or anything. And I'm actually on my last fill up. I was just out here kind of giggling to myself, and I said, I don't know, maybe the followers want to see me get all frustrated with the hose situation this morning. Like I said, I get irritated quite easily. So, this isn't really that big of a problem. Like I said, I'm just kind of laughing. So I don't know if anybody's got any comments or questions while I'm on here. I'd love to hear from you. So, really, this is the least exciting content I've probably ever posted is water running into a bucket. We'll say hi to Norma. Everybody's just kind of finishing up breakfast. There's Norma Jean. Norma Jean has an Instagram account, Norma the Cow. One of our volunteers, Sky, works with her periodically. They have a series of buttons that are associated with words, and he's teaching her how to communicate through the use of the buttons. So yeah, give Norma the Cow a follow on Instagram. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to get out of this area as quickly as possible while I have this water running. And I hope everybody's having a great day so far. We're having a good day. It was like in the 30s when I got here this morning. And like I said, we're in Phoenix, Arizona. That is, for us, that is like cold. So I just don't really want to deal with water spraying all over the place this morning. Let's see here. What is this stuff too? All right. So we are done filling waters for the morning. Like I said, if you just tuned in, I'm Karen with Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real Time Animal Rescue. And a quick recap, our most favorite awesome hose that we use out here every single day, it's called an expandable hose. Like I said, I don't know what the material is, but it's super lightweight. And when it's not on, it takes up like no space. Well, it busted. So I'm out here fiddling around with 2 different hoses trying to get my job done this morning. The original hose that we had out here before we got the expandable hose, it works, but the nozzle is not really cooperating. So I turned it on and it was just shooting water everywhere. So I said, well, I'm not going to deal with that. And then I went out and got the chicken yard hose, and then the switch on that hose won't shut off. So I tried not to soak this too bad out here. But everybody's got fresh water now, and they are finishing up their breakfast. I think I'll do a quick little walk around and say hello. I did point out a moment ago that we call this like this back here is like our pasture and stall area. And this is where the big animals reside, the cows and the sheep and the goats and whatnot. And then down here, we call this the chicken yard. And you don't really see any chickens. Our turkeys are out because, well, we've got Pretzel. But Pretzel, I don't know, she's kind of like she's almost like a feral chicken. She's a pretty tough little girl. She never coops up. We got Pie here. Hi, Pie, all by herself. We have, let's see, we got Millie over there. We've got Rose and Ginny. And that looks like thing 1. Over here, we've got Stan the man. I mean, how many roosters have their own plaque on their coop? And then over here, we've got, okay, I see Tootsie. Oh, that's thing 1. That was thing 2 over there. Plum, Giuseppe. I think that's everybody. Unfortunately, so, we seem to have gotten through the whole bird flu unscathed. But now we have a hawk flying around, and he came after our chickens on Saturday morning. Luckily, he didn't get anybody, but he was also seen taking a dove. So, or he or she, the hawk, has been active early in the morning and early in the evening. So for now, we've decided to kind of just keep the chickens cooped up during the day. We don't love it, but we don't want to lose any of them to the hawk. We were just having a conversation this morning saying, I wish we could ask them, hey, would you guys rather be out in the yard and like take your chances, or would you rather all be, hang out? We can't explain to them why we're keeping them inside, but they're safe and they're healthy and they have access to food, water. They have access to the fine dirt that they love to take little dust baths in. And hopefully this hawk season passes by quickly. I guess it's kind of mating season, so they're super aggressive and they're looking for food. And we've got these 2 goobers here, Gilbert and Butters, Willow, Peanut. Oh, you know what? I do have to dispense a couple of medications, so I'll take care of that real quick. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, I'm just kind of giving y'all a quick tour of what's going on this morning. My woes are now over because I've got everybody's water fresh and clean. And that was my goal for today. And I have dry hands and I no longer feel like I have frostbite. Hey, Gilbert. Oh boy. I got these syringes of CBD, glucosamine. Gilbert. Little Miss Princess here gets meloxicam. That wasn't very nice, Chico. Oh boy. So here we go. They're so good. They just take it right out the syringe. This is Princess Buttercup. She's our probably eldest animal on the whole property. Our eldest goat for sure. I think she's 13 or 14. Gilbert's about to turn 13. And she's at least his age, maybe a little older. But look at her. She takes it so good. You're such a good girl. But the glucosamine, I think, is like citrus flavored and the CBD is peanut flavor. So she takes the syringe like a champ. I'm gonna have to watch this one. Okay, Gilbert's turn. Okay, see how good they are? They are the best. So yeah, like I said, my woes are now over. That part of the live stream is concluded. If you're just tuning in, I'm Karen at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary on Real Time Animal Rescue. And I was just struggling to find a hose that wasn't going to spray water all over me this morning and get my hands all wet. So now I'm dispensing medications. Gilbert and Princess Buttercup get some glucosamine and CBD and stuff because they're way up there in age. And Princess Buttercup gets some meloxicam. She's pretty arthritic. And honestly, the other day when Courtney mentioned it on the live stream was the first time I had heard that Princess Buttercup had an injury previous to her being rescued. I did not know that. I knew I thought she just had arthritis, but that leg does bother her a little bit because she had some type of an injury before she even came here. Okay. Hey, Gilbert. I'm going to start letting some of the animals out. Hey, Butters. 2 cows and Rapunzel will remain stalled until I'm done with everything. And here comes Mr. Merman. Hi. they will remain stalled until we're done with all of our chores. And yeah, I guess that's it. So like I said, my hose woes are over. Now I'm just kind of letting you say good morning and hello to all the cuties here. They're all still just kind of munching away on the hay that's on the ground, which we're about to sweep up. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed my story. Like I said, I had a few good laughs about it this morning. You know, if you can't laugh at yourself, what do you have, you know? So, hey, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be bringing you some more fun stuff soon. Take care.